Alright, what is going on? If you want to take a moment before we begin cooking to look over the materials, here it is. So you need 3.5 cups of flour unsifted, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup light brown sugar packed, 1 cup Crisco, or if you want, you can call it vegetable shortening, 1 cup of peanut butter, 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons of milk, and 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Now here's what's currently in the mixer. We're actually going to mix these together. I don't know what these are off the top of my head. I'm going to put them in the post editing here, but this is what they are. Okay, so now let's crack the eggs onto a cup. It doesn't matter what cup, as long as it's a cup, and make sure there's no shell in it. I'm pretty sure you know that, so yeah. Just crack it in and put it into there. 2 eggs, that's all you need, yeah. And make sure the yolk is in there. Alright, so now we're done working with eggs. We of course need to wash our hands, because if we don't, we're gonna get salmonella. So make sure you wash your hands real good. Alright, so now we're done with that. Now let's pour this eggs into the making thing. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, so now we're gonna get our milk. So we're gonna pour it into the cups here, as you can see. Be very careful, because I have to go slowly or else I'm gonna spill it, which as you can see I did, because I'm an idiot and do that all the time. But I did end up cleaning it up, so make sure you do that and add it to the mix. Alright, so now we're going to be putting in our vanilla extract, and I feel like vanilla extract is used in so many good meals like this one. So we're actually going to put it into that teaspoon, and we're going to walk very slowly, because I'm doing this on the other side of the kitchen, and I don't want to spill this all over the floor, because that's going to make a god-awful mess. So you're going to put it in, you're going to go back for more, the 1 more teaspoon. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the mixer once we're done mixing it for probably like 30 seconds on a low. So you're going to actually scoop it around and do this every couple of times and add more of the mixture I'm about to show you every time. Just make sure you don't add a lot of it, because there's going to be a disaster. And yeah, so I'm going to show you that in a second. And as you can see, I then turned it on really high. So that right there is the mixture, and it is made out of something. I'm going to grab my notes and put it on in a second. So then we have to scrape the rest of this off, like as you can see. And yeah, I'm going to show you that disaster that ended up happening all over the floor. It was a massive disaster. One like equals one prayer. So yeah, you pour more in every time, like you can see here. And then we put the machine back on. And yeah, be sure to not get your hand caught on these things. I think it's pretty obvious. And yeah, this is the disaster. I spilled it all over the floor. I spilled it all near the machine. And I'm also putting it on 2 because this is an older one. So yeah, here's a time lapse. Alright, so now we're going to put it into the storage. But before we do it, we have to take these and shape it into a sphere. So yeah, you're going to take a spoon, you're going to scoop it out, and don't do what I did just because I was holding the camera in one hand. So I sort of just rolled it around on the thing, and yeah, I was being a total idiot. It was like 11 o'clock at night when I was doing this. So yeah, I made it into a sphere, and then I put it all over, and yeah, you basically want to keep it about the size of that first one up there. But yeah, that's what we do, and we're going to sift it in some sugar and a few. So now we put it in the fridge, usually for about 30 minutes, but in our case, we're going to put it in the fridge for overnight, because I'm not cooking till 4 tomorrow.
The next day.
Right, so we're back, and now we're actually going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees. We're going to grab these, and we're going to sift it in the sugar that you'll be able to see there, and you're going to want to sort of engulf it in that. So yeah, this is after the storage, and we're going to put it on the pan, and we're going to show you how to flatten it in a second. Here. So yeah, you're going to take your fork, and you're going to sort of just push down on it in one direction. But yeah, I did a little bit too rough because I'm an idiot. You're going to want to do it a little bit light. So you see that one right on the top? That's going to be the one that you're going to want to push it down to the magnitude of. I ended up redoing those ones because I can't use it, and the fork just gets up onto the camera. And yeah, you can see that I'm doing it again here, where I'm sort of sifting it in the sugar, and it sort of looks like a glazed donut from Dunkin' Donuts. Don't ask me why. And then you sort of just push it down, and it creates that shape that you need. And now that we're done, now we're going to put it in the oven. I wear an oven glove, and I put a lot of faith into those things. I hope it doesn't burn me. So yeah, I put it in the oven. We cook it for about 11 to 14 minutes. So yeah, here we go. I'm putting on the timer, and there we go. Alright, so it's not yet done, but before we do, we're going to put these things in here, because we don't put the Hershey's on until it's actually done. So I just open it up and put the Hershey's in a bowl. It takes like 30 seconds, and I'm cooking like 1 dozen cookies. So yeah, now that it's out, we're actually going to put these on as soon as it comes out. Be sure to not get yourself burned on the pan, please. So you're going to actually put it like that. So you're going to sort of just push it down, and then that's literally the last step of this. You might want to let it cool for a little bit, but then you want to take a little spatula, and you're going to put it on those things. You know, those cool things right there. and now it's done. Now you can enjoy it. It's been a long time to cook these. About 4:43 p.m. right now, and yeah, the sun is setting. It looks amazing out there. Yeah, and it's supposed to be like 50 tomorrow and rain, and it's gonna drop down to sub-zero temperatures. Let's go.